Hi guys, today I created this look using all SHEGLAM products. We did a full face. I have lots of products from them. I believe the only thing I was missing was highlighter. Oh, and a lip liner. But other than that, a full face. We didn't do much cheating around here. I do have to say I am loving this look, even though it was a little bit of a bumpy ride, especially off camera. I had to do some fix-ups, but of course I disclosed that with you guys. I'm not going to show you one thing and then do something completely different to my face off camera. I experimented with more powder products than I'm used to. I am a dry skin girl, so most of the time I am cream and liquid products, but we got into the powders today and I'm pleasantly surprised with how my makeup turned out. So let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before we get started, I have an Instagram. Well, I've had an Instagram for my makeup looks, but I never really posted to it. I have been doing better about uploading my looks, and if you guys have an Instagram or you would like to follow me, I'll leave it on the screen here and a link down in the description box. Some days I just end up doing my makeup without filming it and I'll post that picture. So if you want to see more looks from me, definitely follow me over there. Now we can get into the video. I don't want to blind you guys, but this is the palette that we are going to be going in with today. It looks so cool against the lights. You definitely have your neutral tones and then you have some colors in there. A lot of them are just a shimmer formula, but you do have one pressed glitter here and we're not going to be using that today. I don't really go for the glitters that don't have a base to them. It's just like loose glitter kind of, so we're not going to be dipping into that. I actually don't even know what colors to go into. I probably only bought this palette because it had those two green shades in it. Knowing me. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to go into the greens again, just do like a green neutral look kind of. I'm gonna grab this shade first. It's basically my skin tone. I'm gonna grab this brown here. Let's see what you're about. I really don't remember how this palette performs. Seems to be doing pretty well. I cleaned off some brushes yesterday and it's like all the brushes that I don't really use. So all the brushes that I use are still dirty. I'm just further blending it out. I'm taking some more on this brush. I like the way this brush diffuses the color. These shades are extremely pigmented. I might have taken way too much. And don't mind if you see like shimmer all over my eyes. I was playing with those multi-chromes that I got in my ice cream box. Just was like throwing them on my lid just to see the colors, and now they're stained all over me again. I'm gonna go back into that bone shade, or the shade that matches my skin. And that's gonna really blend those edges out. Definitely thought I was filming. Good thing I noticed before I did my other eye. Going in with the darker brown. And I feel like you guys already know by now, if you're not new here, I like depth in my outer corner usually. So I'm just focusing this brown shade in the outer corner, slowly blending it out. And nothing on this brush. This is just the brush that I went in with that light brown to diffuse the edges a little bit. This is my bad eye. I always struggle to get a good blend on this outer corner. Bad eye, but good side of my face. We can't have everything, I guess. Hopefully I don't need to end up doing a cut crease for this, but I'm gonna try to put this green shade on the front part of my eye. These shadows seem pigmented enough, so that's why I feel like I'm not gonna have to cut my crease. I'm loving. Okay, now I'm glad that I didn't do a cut crease because I don't want it to like perfect it and round it off, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go in and blend that brown a little bit more in just a second. These shadows are really good. I haven't used this palette, honestly, I want to say since I've gotten it years ago. That's so bad, but you know, it happens. I feel like you buy something, you're excited, and then it just gets stored away. Ugh, love it. I just want to dip back into that darkest brown to blend a little bit more, blend the two colors together and deepen that outer corner back up because we did lose that. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Just tapping it on this damn eye. Is this gonna stay an all matte look? I think so. Usually I'm so quick to throw a shimmer on, but I don't think so. These are the lashes that I went in with right here. They do have a clear band. I ended up cutting them into half lashes. If you cannot tell, I have been on a half lash kick. I did decide I am going to leave the eyelids matte. I'm really liking this look, just matte. Now, one of my favorite pencils that I use is from SHEGLAM. This is the Brows on Demand 2-in-1 brow pencil. You get a liquid pen on one side, and then on the other side, you get a skinny brow pencil. They don't put the shade names on here, so that's a little bit annoying, but mine is in the shade Auburn. I know that because I Sharpied the cap. The Auburn shade is pretty nice. It's a little bit darker than I would like, and I wish it was a little bit warmer. I feel like it's not that warm for being an Auburn. Now, usually I like to lay down my brows with a gel. I used to have their version of a laminated brow gel. I don't have that anymore, so I'm not going to do that to my brows today. We're just going to fill them in how I normally would. You guys can see it's pretty dark and there's not that much warmth to it. Yeah, the pen is a lot warmer. It's a super easy pencil to work with though. It's nice and creamy, but not too creamy to where it's sliding around everywhere. I am going to use the pen side, see if I can get some more warmth in here. For primer, I'm going to go in with the SHEGLAM Good Grip Hydrating Primer. My favorite primer of all time was the e.l.f. Gripping Primer. I don't know why I can't think of the name right now. This one is thinner and more hydrating. Now for foundation, I do have two different foundations that I love from them. The first one is the Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation. Now I have dry skin, but I really can get away with this foundation because it is breathable. And then on the other hand, this is their Full Coverage Foundation Balm. So exactly how it says, it's a balm. Mine is disgusting looking, don't judge. It's even cracking in there because it's drying out a little bit. I'm gonna go into the balm foundation. I feel like I've used the matte one pretty often here on camera. I'm gonna open up my backup one. So much better. This coverage already. And it just feels so good on the skin. Like it says, a balm. A little bit goes a long way. Your girl tried to cut some bangs. I wouldn't say I'm bad at cutting my own curtain bangs. I've done it about 2 or 3 times myself. Long story short here, because I'm a terrible storyteller, the curtain bangs were not curtain banging. They were just a hot mess. So I ended up cutting them into straight across bangs, which was probably the dumbest thing I could have done. I have a really bad cowlick, and I had taken so much hair for the curtain bangs. I have very thick hair, so I don't mind the curtain bangs being thick as well. So imagine that thick hair now being cut into straight across bangs. Yeah. I had to thin them out. I was like, okay, you know, I'm not freaking out yet. I'm not freaking out. It's just hair. I've shaved my head before. Just a little backstory. I have the video on here if you're interested. I'm just at that point, whatever, it's hair, it grows back. I'm just cutting away, cutting away. These bangs are getting shorter and shorter. Let's just say you guys will not see my hair without clips or a headband until these suckers grow out. So this is going to be my new look. Okay. When I first was trying SHEGLAM, I bought this Versatile Flawless Concealer, and then they discontinued this or reformulated it or something, but you can't get this anymore. And I have bought so many different concealers trying to find what they replaced that concealer with, and I just have not been able to find it. This one's super full coverage. It's Perfect Skin High Coverage Concealer. It's actually way too light for me, so I don't know if we'll use that today. Maybe I'll mix it. And then I have this Rapid Retouch Cream Concealer. I think this one is a little bit newer. I haven't used it. This one is Like Magic 12-Hour Full Coverage Concealer, and I haven't used this one either. I kind of want to use the cream one, keep the cream products going. Pretty sure I only swatched this. Yeah, the shade isn't going to match me, but that's okay. Not getting the best coverage. I need to look at this up close. You know, not my favorite right off the bat. It's kind of drying under my eyes. I'm gonna try to sheer it out a little bit with the sponge. I don't know how I'm feeling about that cream concealer. I'm actually gonna wipe off my under eyes. See if I can just put the balm back over. I'm probably just going to use the balm as my concealer. I have not found a concealer that I like since that first one, and they got rid of it. I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. I'm sorry that you guys cannot get this anymore. I'm going to mix it a little bit with this one. I put way too much. Story of my life. Oh my gosh, that is so much concealer. I'm just gonna put it like all over my face. I wanted to conceal these areas anyways. I love their liquid bronzers. I have the shade Hazelnut Latte, Golden Sun, and Soft Tan. Soft Tan and Hazelnut Latte are more of the contour shades, and then Golden Sun is more of a bronzer. Using Hazelnut Latte today. Now I'm using Soft Tan because it's more of a contour, and these are super pigmented. Snatching it up. I currently have 6 of their blushes, and I did look at them before I started this video, and a lot of them are pinky tones. I want to go in with more of an orange, and the only orange neutrally tone I have is, I already forgot which one it was. I think it's Hush Hush. I also have Risky Business, but Risky Business is deeper. Up top we have Hush Hush, and then the bottom is Risky Business. I love the tone of Risky Business, but I feel like it's just gonna be too deep for me. Yeah, I'm gonna do Hush Hush and play it safe. Plus, I know these are super pigmented. Oh yeah, I love that tone. Why is my coverage coming off? That's never happened to me before. Okay, weird because it took off some of my coverage, so I'm putting my foundation back on. Let's Set My Face. I have their Insta Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder Duo. On the top here, you have a pressed powder, and then the bottom is a loose powder. And then I also have a foundation powder, which is high coverage, and I kind of want to go in with this just to make sure that I'm getting the coverage I need. Also, I know I'm not really a big fan of this. Maybe we'll use it under the eyes. So I'm going to take this on a brush. It is so much darker. Well, we're already here now. It's in the shade Fair. I feel like you guys can't really tell on camera how much darker it is. This is a newer product to me as well. At this point, I should have just went in with the matte foundation. Let's set my under eyes. We might as well, right? I'm going to use the loose powder. I'm not liking how bright my under eyes are, which I know that's typically what people want. Not me. I'm just going to go back into the foundation one. All right, that looks better. I am so matte. I cannot wait to bring my skin back to life. I need to rebronze my face. This is the SHEGLAM Sunside Bronzer in Morning Beam. Well loved for sure. This is a really nice shade as well. Not too warm, not too cool toned. I definitely forgot how good these products were, even though, I mean, we're kind of having a little bumpy road here, but some of these products are new to me or just not the right shade. Or, I mean, I didn't like them, you know, not every product I liked. For blush, I have 2 from their Love Dive collection. The first one is Don't Pink Twice, and we will not be using you today. The second one, I don't know why my mouth can just not say it. Cordially Yours, like cordially yours, but cordially yours. And we're definitely going to go in with this one today. I'm looking at the pan. I don't think I've used this. This is a newer purchase of mine, and I don't think I've gotten a chance to use it. That's exciting. I have used the pink one. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, okay. You want to be one of the prettiest oranges I've ever seen. Yes, yes, yes. This is going to make me feel a lot better about how my makeup is going because we were having a good time with the eyes and then we got to the face and it's just been a little bit of a struggle. This is going to be hard not to paint my whole face with this. There's just something about a green eye with orange blush too. I mean, the green looks good with pink as well, but orange and this orange, I could just sit here and do this all day and just stare at myself. Oh my God. The way it blended out, and honestly, my cheeks look airbrushed. I don't know if it's the powder underneath. This is what I wanted the Give Me Glow orange blush to do, but that one went red on my cheeks. This is the orange I wanted. I wanted it to stay truly orange. Oh my God, I just remembered that I wanted to do faux freckles, and I put powder on, so they're gonna be a little blotchy. That's annoying. I did have to go off camera and take my nose makeup off. I think having the contour, the liquid contour underneath, and then the whole powder thing, it was just messing up that combo. Kind of like what I had to do with my under eyes, just take everything off. It looks so much better. I am completely matte, which I'm not used to at all, but my skin is looking really, really nice. Speaking of being matte, I need a highlighter, but I do not have a highlighter from Shein, so I was already looking at this eyeshadow palette because you're not going to catch me cheating and using a highlighter that's not from Shein. None of these shades are going to be good for me except for obviously the white one, but it has like a blue reflect to it and not gonna go with our look. I just always need that little bit of highlight on my nose to give it that snatch. So since I don't have anything to highlight with, at least we can hydrate my face. This is new to me as well. I haven't really used it that often. It is the Locked In Setting Spray. It says keep your makeup fresh all day, 16-hour long lasting. I will definitely not be wearing this for 16 hours. The bottle is so cute. It's supposed to be just like a locked in setting spray. It's not really supposed to be hydrating, but let's just see. Has a good mister. I remember the smell. It smells really nice, just a clean, fresh smell. I don't really have a lot of lip products from them as well. Like I don't have a lip liner. So I guess I am gonna cheat on the lip liner so I could cheat on the highlighter. You know? Maybe. I mean, it's my video. I guess I can make my own rules, but I really did want to try to just use their products. What I have now is one of their matte liquid lipsticks. This is in Naked Brunch. I remember talking about this in my declutter, how I had bought this because I needed a new nude shade and I bought it and like put it in my drawer and forgot about it. It's not my favorite nude tone. It's more of like that peachy orangey nude. And then I also have this cute, what is this? I guess like a lip Hydra Jelly Pocket Lip Jam in Choco Cream. So basically like a lip balm lip cream. Their packaging is always so cute. You just open it up here and I have tried it before. And then this right here, you just push it in and a little applicator comes out. Thought that was really cool. The only thing is you definitely have to wipe off the applicator before putting it back in or else it's going to get really messy in there. Okay, really pretty, but I feel like I will need a base to it because anytime I put these tones on my lips, they go a little more purple. It's like that purpley brown. It is so juicy on the lips. Oh my God. I really love this, but I'm gonna need a lip liner or at least a base shade. I don't hate it by itself at all, but I just want more of like a brown tone to go with this look. I'm like looking in the mirror in the monitor as I say all this and I'm like, do I need it though? I don't, but let's just see. Let's just see. I have been going through it off camera, you guys. I messed up my lip liner the first time around, had to take it off. Then, of course, my makeup was breaking up all around my mouth, and I'm not experienced with powder. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Dry skin, I avoid it. Never really used a powder foundation at that, so I didn't know what the hell to do, but I figured it out. I look a lot less cakey, still cakey, but a lot less cakey than I did. My mouth looks soaking wet because I went ahead and sprayed some setting spray again, kind of break up that cakiness and let the makeup settle into my skin a little bit more. So since I just went through all of that, we are going to be keeping the lip liner, and I'm sorry that it was not a SHEGLAM product, but we're going to be keeping the lip liner on, and I think this is going to be exactly what the balm needed because I wanted more of a brownie lip, not what it was giving me. The one thing I will say is you have to build it up to get the color you're wanting, but the more you build it up, obviously, the thicker it's going to be getting on your lips. I love the look of my lips being wet, but I'm not the biggest fan of lip gloss or like the heaviness or thickness of it, and just the fact that it gets everywhere, but this is a mother look. I'm not gonna lie, I wish it was a little bit more brown. I'm still getting that purpley undertone and not like the opaqueness that I want, but I don't know if it guaranteed that it was gonna be opaque or not, so maybe I'm wanting something the product just won't give me. I did have my freckle pen that I wanted to go into, but now I'm honestly too scared that I'm gonna mess up my makeup. I want the freckles, I just don't wanna regret my decision. Let's just do a few. This is the older packaging. As you can see, it is beat up and like peeling, but I still have some product in here, so I haven't thrown it away yet, but I do have a backup of the newer packaging. It's literally the same brush and everything, just different packaging. Here we go. Wish me luck. I do like this product. It can just be a little too orangey. It spreads out nicely, but just not the best, I guess you could say. Just gonna take that powder to blend them in a little bit and fade them. I guess you could call this cheating. This isn't from SHEGLAM, but it's what I use to draw on my moles. Since we're here, not using everything, I'm gonna use the ColourPop freckle pen just to add different tones in there and then like more precise freckles. This thing is so old and dried up, begging me to throw it away. Oh no, that one was huge. Oh my God, why is it giving me like huge freckles right now? When the freckles kind of get big like that, I'm just gonna put some more color around them to distract. We weren't supposed to be getting carried away, yet here we are. Yeah, what the f just happened? I'm gonna take another freckle pen. I got these off Amazon. Just trying to break up these dots. Taking just some more, a little bit of powder. It's kind of a look though, it is. Here is the final look. I would love to know what you guys think. I have to admit that the freckles are growing on me. So I ended up taking off all my face makeup and redoing it. I didn't have time to completely refilm it. I pretty much used the same products and same steps. The only thing I changed, instead of going in with the foundation balm, I did switch and go to the matte foundation. And then I didn't use any of the foundation powder. And you guys know throughout the video, I was having to take off my makeup and redoing it, like around my nose and then around my lips. Then I had to take it off again around my lips, and it just kept getting further and further, and I was like, I'm taking all of this off. Now I know not to wear the balm with the foundation powder over it. Sometimes you just have to wipe it all off and try again. I'm sorry that you guys kind of sat through the mess, but we came out with a good result. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys for coming along on the ride. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.